In the cartoon Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, I always loved the cutaway where we saw Iceman and Firestar where they just kind of powered up. Iceman had this whole ice thing up where he got into like an ice brick and then burst his way out, and Firestar just kind of lit herself up. That was really awesome, and in my head, I've always thought that's how he really transformed in the comic books too.
I'm in love with a hero. I'm in love with the one who...
Hello, comic book people of the world. Let's talk about Iceman and His Amazing Friends, which happens to be Iceman issue number 3, published by Marvel Comics, written by Sina Grace and illustrated by Nathan Stockman. Bobby actually does say Iceman and His Amazing Friends in this issue, and Spider-Man says that just doesn't sound right. I'm just gonna say this at the very beginning. I want all 3 of these characters together in an ongoing series, and I think that it would bang. I'm about to go into some major spoilers, so if you have not read this issue, I'm warning you right now. Previously, Iceman teamed up with Bishop, where they were going on a mission into the sewers to help look for a missing Morlock. And in doing so, he got the attention of Mr. Sinister, who up to this point really hasn't paid too much attention to Bobby. I mean, after all, Iceman is an Omega level mutant. Previous issue had Iceman team up with Emma Frost, where they went on their own little adventure for her family. And starting off in this issue, Bobby's on a first date with a character by the name of Carlos. They're at a festival in New York, where coincidentally Angelica Jones and her date is also there, as is Peter Parker and Mary Jane. Which if you think about it, it isn't too far-fetched that all 3 of them would be at the same exact place, being that they all do live in New York. Unfortunately, all 3 of their dates are interrupted by a giant ice monster, which Firestar and Spider-Man both think that maybe Bobby has something to do with it, but of course he doesn't. And before you know it, all 3 of them are teaming up together to take him down. Turns out it's the missing Morlock Ash, which is what started the series. He was only being used as a pawn by Mr. Sinister to get Iceman's attention. This issue is not an earth-breaking issue by a long shot, but it was entertaining and it was so much fun to read. I would legit love to see all 3 of these characters together in an ongoing series, or maybe even a mini-series. The dynamics between them does legit feel as though they're siblings. And I know many of us are biased, being that there was an actual cartoon called Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends that came out in the past, but still, I love this being translated onto panel. It's quite rare to see the 3 of them together in the main Marvel universe. It's happened in alternate universes, such as the Ultimate Universe, although it technically really wasn't Angelica Jones, but still, we had the whole Firestar, Iceman, and Spider-Man, and a couple other superheroes all living together. Plus, I'm a huge fan of Firestar, and I feel like she's sorely underused in the Marvel universe. The story itself flowed quite smoothly, and this could stand out on its own if anyone just wanted to pick up this one individual issue without reading a lot of backstory. I mean, come on, it's Spider-Man, Firestar, and Iceman. I personally thought it was excellent. Unfortunately for Iceman and Firestar, both of their dates were not cut out for them. Iceman's date was much more interested in the whole social media aspect of everything, and probably having the whole thrill of dating a superhero. The bigger story with Mr. Sinister is what's going to be looming on the background, which will be coming to the foreground very soon. So that's my thoughts on this issue. I thought it was great. Check it out when you get a chance. It's from Marvel Comics, so it's available just about anywhere. With that, thank you guys for watching me in this video. Be sure to check out my Patreon site when you get a chance. Check out my social media sites, my websites, and everything else out there. Peace, love, namaste, and see you guys later. Peace. I was a big fan of New Warriors, and I love that Firestar was a part of it. When she became an Avenger, I thought finally she's really getting the recognition she deserved. Unfortunately, though, it seems as though she's just dropped off and no writer really knows what to do with her, even though she's got a lot of potential.